Thomas wakes up in the middle of the night. The house is silent. The air feels heavy. He sits up slowly and listens. A faint creak moves above him. He tells himself it is only the wind. But the sound comes again. A slow drag, like furniture scraping wood. He stands and steps into the hallway. The floor groans beneath his feet. Every shadow seems alive. The light from his phone cuts through the darkness, but barely. He looks toward the mirror at the end of the hall. For a moment, he swears he sees movement inside the glass. He blinks, and it is gone. He whispers hello, but his voice dies in the air. The house seems to hold its breath. Then from behind the mirror, a soft thud answers him. His pulse quickens. He walks closer. The reflection shows his own face, but there is something wrong. The eyes look slightly off, too still. He reaches out to touch the surface. Cold runs up his arm like ice water. The glass ripples once then, becomes still again. He backs away. He wants to call someone, but the phone screen flickers and turns black. A low hum begins to rise. From the mirror, like distant whispering, Thomas turns toward the stars. He plans to leave. But before he can move, the reflection changes. His own image remains frozen while his real body trembles. The reflection begins to smile. It is a wide, unnatural grin. He cannot move. His breath catches in his throat. The whisper grows into words. They are faint and layered. He cannot understand them, but they crawl inside his head. The reflection lifts its hand and presses against the glass. A pale handprint spreads with frost. Thomas steps back. His heel hits a loose board. The sound echoes like a scream. The mirror cracks. A thin line runs across his reflected face. From the crack bleeds light instead of darkness. The glow spills onto the floor like liquid silver. The whispering stops. For a heartbeat, there is silence. Then a woman's voice says one clear word. Stay. Thomas stumbles away. The front door will not open. Every window shows only blackness. The lights refuse to turn on. He turns back toward the mirror and sees her, a pale woman standing behind the glass. Long dark hair hangs wet across her face. Her eyes glow white and empty. She tilts her head slowly. Thomas whispers, "Who are you?" The mirror woman repeats his words, but her mouth moves a second late. He asks again. She answers with his own voice. He feels the world tilt. The mirror begins to vibrate like water under storm. The woman reaches out and her hand slips through the surface. Cold fills the room. Thomas runs, but the floor seems endless.
Closer.
His steps echo without end. The air thickens like fog. He falls. When he looks up, the mirror is above him, now floating in the dark. The reflection kneels beside him. It is him. The same face, the same eyes. His reflection whispers, "I was here first." The world folds inward. Thomas feels himself pulled upward into the glass. There is no sound now, only the faint pulse of his heart fading under layers of echo. The mirror seals shut. Morning comes. The house is quiet again. Sunlight touches the broken floorboards. The mirror stands perfectly clean. Inside it, the reflection smiles faintly, as if nothing happened. Days later, a new tenant arrives. Her name is Claire. She hangs her coat on the wall and looks into the mirror. She sees herself and something else behind her, a pale shape with glowing eyes. She turns around, but nothing is there. When she looks back, the mirror shows two people standing side by side. She tilts her head. The reflection tilts a second later. The faint sound of glass breathing fills the room. Then silence. The reflection watches back.